Yo, JD here, Tyrrell Limits, and as you can see on F1 2020 as always. But in today's video, we're actually going to be doing something a little bit different, something I have done on the odd occasion. I think I did it for Silverstone a few months ago. As well, we're going to compare real life with the game itself, and I've seen quite a few of these floating around recently, and I thought, why not do this before the start of the season, which is going to be Bahrain. Let's see how close the game is to real life on the current game. And the pole time in 2020 was a 27.2 by Lewis Hamilton. So I'm using the highest downforce setup in order for me to be as slow as possible in a straight line. And it was quite a challenge to try and get as close as possible to this lap. So obviously the game's on the left hand side, real life on the right, and it probably looks a little bit out of sync in the beginning and middle of the lap, but then towards the end, just because the differences in the speed, it actually syncs up quite nicely as we come towards the line. But we're just going to watch this twice. The first lap is just no screen freezes or anything whatsoever. We're just going to let you enjoy the on boards here. And I know Spa is probably one of the biggest differences between real life and the game. So really, I'm just interested to hear and for anyone to point out what they think is a huge difference around this track. For me personally, after watching this a few times, I don't think it's too bad at all. I think the main thing is just the difference in speed, really, because I was struggling to get a 27. Like, I had to drive purposely quite slow on this lap and make this lap very bad to try and get close. And even then, I'm not really pushing that hard. I'm just purposely trying to get it as much in the sync as possible. But when I was pushing, I was doing 25s, high 25s of this. And no, obviously when you're putting on a setup, which I will show at the end, you're doing 23, high 23 on an insane lap or a 24. So across I did a 27.0, Hamilton 27.2. Synced up quite well at the end, and yeah, I think the biggest difference for me is just the speed.
Great work, guys.
So yeah, obviously Hamilton is going to be very happy with that. But now we're going to look at some more of the aesthetic differences, if anything we can see. So we're going to start the lap here and just take it at the key moment. So going into this turn one, look on the left hand side, go be looking at the curb, and when I look at this, it doesn't seem too bad at all. And again, I know a lot of people probably go into a lot more detail on what they can see, but in terms of the curb, yes, on the left-hand side, a bit wider, bit of a different kind of effect. The one on the exit seemed to be a lot more of what the real-life curb actually is. But coming into here now, yeah, I think the angle of the curb, and I think this is where laser scanning is really going to be beneficial in future, hopefully, if they do that. But now coming into this fast right left, I really enjoy the sequence of corners. Curbing style, the aesthetics seem to be pretty nice going through here. On the exit here, the bollards seem to be missing quite a lot in the game compared to real life. As now we'll go in a little bit of a slow motion here, and so far when I'm just looking around the track as well, obviously the advertising boards are quite different, and that's very hard to accomplish at the time. Some of the old buildings are a bit different, but overall, I don't feel it's too bad. And especially coming to this corner, as we're about to see here, if you look at the barrier on the right-hand side, they've got that big blue, and then it changes colours. You can see, and there's that blue patch on the track as well. So that's been included quite nicely. Going for this fast right-hander, and going into this next right-hander, very tricky corner. And again, the bollard is there in real life, but not there in the game. But again, it's not something that is end of the world to me. But you can see on the left-hand side, you see there are a bit of differences in the barriers. Definitely one thing to stack up. But coming at the exit of this corner, one of the biggest things is we're going to here again, bollard in real life, not in the game. I haven't actually hit them off or anything. But what is that there? I have no idea what that is. I really want to know what that is. But coming across the line, a pretty equal lap time. We weren't really comparing the speeds because we didn't have the telemetry from the real life. But please let me know what you think. And if you like this series, give it a thumbs up and let me know what track you want me to do next. But I also want to throw in this bonus feature right hand side is the lap I just did, the 27.0. Left hand side is with my league racing setup, and you could see we already entered the first corner so much quicker than we did on the right hand side. That's because I'm using 2.7 wings, just got so much more straight line speed. I think on the right hand side we're using 11 wings, so a very big difference. And I really want to just show this to show how much of a difference a setup really does make. And I think this is something I also want to do for other tracks, where I just run the preset 4 setup and then I just go my normal league racing setup and do 5 laps and see how many seconds there are difference in the race time. I think that would be something that would be quite interesting. And I think for future tracks as well, we're comparing this like I did with the Silverstone. I'll go more into the performance and the top line, straight line speed, the apex speed and everything as well. Today it was really just about the aesthetics of the track itself. So again, really interested to hear what everyone thinks, but I really enjoy doing this. Really looking forward to the start of the season, and you can see again how much further ahead we are. It is absolutely crazy. We're on the same amount of fuel and everything as well. It is just mind-boggling how much faster if you have a really good setup versus not even using one. So that was enough for a 24.7. Not a bad lap by any means of stretch. I've gone quicker than that. I've done a 24.2 as a PB before, but that was just a quick one I did. So thank you so much for support on the channel. Let me know if you enjoy this style of video, and I will catch you very, very soon. Peace.